Have you guys heard of this chick, Anna Bay, Bey?
I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell for me.
All right, so I got this video sent over, and she's talking about loser men. So I thought I would review it with you guys. The title of the video is Seven Signs He's a Low Value Man, and then Get Out after that. So let's see if we can learn something here from Anna. Let me cue it up and get the sound up on the screen. Present, share, tab. Here we go. All right, and let's speed it up just so this doesn't take the full 14 minutes a little bit. Now, I'm going to have to pause this every few seconds to sort of chime in on it, because otherwise YouTube doesn't like that. You can actually play other people's videos and do it on your channel with any issue, as long as you make commentary on it. So you're providing feedback. So we'll pause and we'll feedback on points that she's making here.
My dear Alga ladies, now there might be 7 signs that you are dating a loser. Okay, when I say loser, I don't necessarily mean a loser. To tell you the truth, low quality.
Where do you think she's from? She's Eastern European for sure, right?
Easily.
Man was too long to write in the title. So let's keep it simple by just calling him a loser today. But in reality, I'm really referring to any form of man that might not be worthy of your time, your effort, and your love whatsoever. Sadly, in our society, a lot of women are being desperate. A lot of women are wasting too much time on the wrong type of man. And in this video, we are stopping with that behavior as of right now. But before we start with point number 1, you need to be aware that, of course, there might be some things that are going to sound like the partner you are with right now. I'm not telling you to leave him, but I'm telling you that maybe you should start thinking about setting boundaries and your own self-worth. Now let's dive into sign number 1. You're dating a loser if he expects you to go 50-50 in the relationship with him, or if he wants to split the bill.
So to kind of frame her channel a little bit, I mean, she goes on a lot about finding high value men, what a loser looks like, how to be a classy woman sort of thing. What do you guys think of this first sign? You know, he expects you to go 50-50 on the relationship.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I mean, it depends on what we talk about when it comes to 50-50, right? Everybody has this idea of 50-50, but I'm assuming 50-50 meaning it's 50-50% like decision making, or 50-50 financial contributions. And yeah, women want a leader, and women want to fall into a guy's frame. And if she feels that she's your equal, or you make her your equal, she'll never look up to you and she'll never be led by you. So I have no problem with that.
What about you, 50? Because you're in an LTR. So what do you think about 50-50 in the relationship?
Yeah. Well, when I first engaged in the LTR, I was told that what was really turn on, and thanks to you in the community, is I took the lead on everything. And I did everything, and I made the decisions. And I was told, yeah. So again, what she's experiencing is beta men conditioned by blue pill and come in and go, let's I'm asking for your input on this, honey. What do you think? You know, and what do you think will dry a woman up like the Sahara Desert?
Yeah, let's just finish playing it to let her sort of explain the point.
With you. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on the subject because I've already spoken so much on the subject on my channel, why I believe men should pay more than women in a relationship. But this is all down to the fact that society is not equal for men and women. First of all, we are not 100% equals, and we can never become equals simply because biologically we are not built equally. Okay, men have a certain advantage biologically speaking than women, whilst women, because we are the caretakers, we're the ones who carry the child, etc. We might never have the same equal opportunity to make the same career, to make the same amount of money, etc. Plus, as you know, on the job market, women tend to earn less than men.
So now she's talking about some nonsense now. On the job market, women tend to earn less than men. That's probably where she'll get into the, hang on.
And on average, it's just the sad reality, even though, of course, things are changing. But not only that, women also have...
Okay, so she didn't specify that it's because women choose jobs that pay less and work lower hours, and there's lower bonuses, there's lower risk, stuff like that. But she's just sort of framing it, to the point that men make more than women, so it shouldn't be 50-50. Men should lead. And pay because women get pregnant and they don't earn as much money. But what I'm wondering is she going to give the guy the authority over the relationship? Because if you have the responsibility to pay for everything and to lead, do you have authority, right? That's where I have problems with, with stuff like this, is they want you to have responsibility to lead, to pay, to set up the dates, to take you out on dates, to buy and take care of the nice cars and all that sort of stuff. But this should give the guy authority. Let's find out.
different types of expenses than men simply because they are women. We actually have to spend more to keep ourselves attractive. And of course, we are attractive because men want us to be attractive. Women spend more on clothes than men. Women spend more on sanitary products than men. Women spend more on beauty products than men, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, so she's admitting that women are beauty objects.
Sorry. So if he wants to go 50-50 in the relationship, that just simply shows that he doesn't want to step into this masculine role. Plus, he is not a provider, and he might not even be generous. So I don't know if those are the qualities that you want to work with in this relationship. I'm not forcing this upon you. If you are fine with this, then that's absolutely okay. No hard feelings from my end. But I'm just here to tell you that it's okay as a woman to expect.
Does she look like the kind of chick that would give you authority?
I was going to mention that, like because I know these types from living in California, the fake lips, she's got work done on her face. And also I'm very, very into what words people choose to use as language. So the word generous, that doesn't mean what it used to mean. It doesn't mean you're nice, that you're caring, that you're giving. Generous usually means like you pay for her time or company, especially guys that are on seeking arrangement. You know what that word generous means. So that kind of tips me off to the type of girl she is, which I could tell anyways, because again, I had the experience dating, different types of girls.
She's a 6 with a good hairdresser.
Well, yeah, she's got the makeup on, she's got the hair dye, whatever. Sure.
I personally wouldn't date her, but I don't like those kind of fakey types anyways.
She may not know what she's actually saying, but what she's saying here in the first minute or first 2 minutes is choose an alpha male who takes the lead.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, she's got that energy.
The man has to pull some financial load a bit more than the woman in a relationship. Sign number 2, that you are dating a loser. And that is if he makes you feel weird or crazy or a psychopath or clingy, if you want commitment from him.
If you want, so she's obviously post-wall. Like she's got to be in her 30s, right? If he makes you feel inappropriate, if you want a commitment, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want a commitment.
She said those words with too much conviction too. I'm sure it's to be in
that's happened to her.
It's like, oh, I'm weird. I'm like, whoa,
yeah, like crazy, psycho, clingy, weird. Like these. I mean, they're kind of starting to fade from the edit, but. Yeah, those are clearly words that she wanted to hover on.
Him. And when I say commitment, ladies, I'm talking about being in a relationship. Are we an item? Are we not? Or let's say you want to have an engagement, or let's say you want marriage, or you want kids, etc. There are so many men out there who paint the picture as if the woman is the psycho who wants these things, that something is wrong with her, like stop pushing me type of thing. This is the thing. I'm not saying it should only be the way us women want it.
Do you think she's heard that conversation a few times?
Easily.
I'm sure that's why she's saying it.
Yeah.
To be. If we want to give birth tomorrow, doesn't mean that that's fair, okay? But there has to be a way where we meet halfway. This is the disadvantage of being a woman. We have a body clock to think of. We can't just, spend 10 years waiting for him to finish clubbing, and then he will decide if he wants to marry or not. But again,
see, this is the problem that I have with this. It's like, you're post-wall, you're kind of in your mid-30s, and you're getting mad at guys for not wanting to commit to you or start a family with you, but like you're kind of at the end of your reproductive cycle anyway, right? Like maybe what are you going to do? You're going to have 1 or 2, and you might have a high-risk pregnancy tied into that.
And well, it's more so, it sounds like it's not exactly that the guy doesn't want to commit. It's that, don't make me feel crazy. Well, what that leads me to believe is that
he doesn't want to commit to her.
Well, guys are passing the buck onto the chick saying, oh, you're crazy, you're psycho, as opposed to saying, yeah, like I'm just not into it, because these guys are not owning up to it. They might not want it, but they're not being honest about why they don't want it, and they're not, stepping up and owning that shit.
Yeah,
that's my question to these types of girls. Like, why is it that she hasn't found? Because she was probably really attractive in her 20s. Why hasn't she found a guy that she's been able to lock down? Why is she post-wall? Why is she even having these conversations? Because again, guys like us, if you met a girl that's like 18 to 23, like prime, low body count, checks all the boxes, those girls get snatched up off the market immediately. So this leads me to believe she was riding the carousel all through her 20s, and the way she talks, she's definitely alpha widowed, because if she was dating decent guys, she wouldn't have these conversations and she wouldn't be here doing videos. She'd be in a happy, healthy marriage.
That's a perfect analysis, Jaron. I was going to say the same thing. The passion and the intensity and the words she used. There's a few high-value alpha males in her past that she failed to lock down, and she's pissed over it.
She's been burned.
Little disclaimer, there are, of course, valid and reasonable situations when sometimes you do need to give a person a little bit of time, a little bit of space. But this is where I'm talking about. Meet halfway. Don't let it just be how he wants it. Don't let it only be how you want it. It has to be an equal opportunity. That's what we want.
Wait. It has to be equal opportunity. Wasn't her first point, don't go 50-50, men and women aren't equal? Isn't that amazing?
He's just talking about money.
Isn't that amazing how it goes from when it comes to money, he needs to pay for everything. But when it comes to the relationship, he needs to consider my views and values.
It's like that previous guy, like
it's gotta be
women that are easy or trash, but notch count doesn't matter. Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
Sign number 3, that you're dating a loser. If he is flaky, ghosts you, vanishes, or is completely unreliable.
I'm just going to say this. If he's flaky, ghosts you, vanishes, or completely unreliable, it's because you're not his priority. He's got other things that are more interesting, or maybe another chick that's a higher priority than you.
Oh, haven't we all met this type, ladies?
Hang on, let's see if we can pause on her face here where it zooms in, because it's like
I was going to say she has crazy eyes.
Is completely unreliable.
Yeah, look.
You've all met that type. His name is Chad.
Somebody needs to meme this. Somebody needs to meme this.
Guys, get on
50?
it.
Yeah. I'll get on it. It'll be like, why won't you marry me? That's that.
God.
Some guy saw that face, and the face was immediately followed by the phrase, why won't you commit to me?
You went back, because we were all thinking that. That is insane.
Haven't we all met this type, ladies? Now, this is such a classic scenario, especially, haven't we also met so many women who are like, oh, I love him so much. So she basically accepts that type of behavior, or she puts up with it because, well, I don't really have anything better going on for myself. Well, I kind of like this guy, You see what I mean? There is no excuse for...
Do you guys like filled lips? No, me neither.
No.
I really don't.
I like full lips that are natural but not filled.
Not like that. It just looks weird when she makes those faces.
A man to be unreliable or flaky. I need to tell you one thing, that rule number 1 in dating is that if he doesn't keep his promises, if he's unreliable, if he ghosts you, then one time, okay, things happen. Second time, bye. Ladies, you don't deserve to be with somebody who can...
I'd agree with that. I mean, look, if you're post-wall and you're looking for, marriage or kids or family or something like that, or like you've got a timeline like she clearly does, then fine. But at the end of the day, if the guy does that, it's because you're not that interesting to him over a long-term basis. He just doesn't see you as a priority. So
ghosting is the most clear form of communication.
I mean, like, women do it to guys way more than guys do it to women. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a double standard that exists. Whatever.
Cancels on you last minute for basically no reason, or repeatedly doing this as part of his behavior. I mean, there are so many examples that I think we all have been through with flaky men and men who simply gives us all these promises and then nothing ever happens. All these promises came because actually he had an agenda. He wanted to...
How many times do you think she got dumped?
There was at least 4 serious relationships or an engagement. I think there was an engagement broken off here.
Definitely.
Probably.
So that you would give him what he wants before he delivers his fake promise. Okay, I think I need to calm down a little bit now. But this subject really fires me up.
It fires her up because it happened a few times. That's why.
Which one thing I wanted to note, and I tell this to guys all the time, don't lead your girls on, because this is the type of product you're going to produce, and some other guy's going to have to feel the wrath of that. If you don't want to marry her, if you don't want to have kids, be clear in your communication from the get-go. Guys get on me all the time, like, oh, you're using these girls. Like, these girls know exactly what they're getting. Like, from the description on my Tinder profile, if you guys watch my channel or you're in the private groups, they know exactly what they're getting into. There's no leading on here. So I could see, like, she probably has been burned or scorned by guys in the past. But guys, if you are in that situation, especially if the girl's like nearing 30, like, cut bait, let her know, like, hey, I don't see this going anywhere. Like, we want different things, or we're not compatible, or we're different chapters of our lives, whatever, and let her go, because this is what you're going to create if you're doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's like an army of mid-30s women that are out there like this that are really burnt pretty bad because they kept pushing a guy that didn't want to be pushed, and maybe he didn't have the balls to put his foot down and say, look, I like you, I like having fun with you. FWB is fine, but I'm not going to marry you. Just be honest, like Jared said.
Firecracker. Let's just say exactly how it is. If a man isn't consistent, I really don't believe he's that into you. Like, okay, that's a cliche saying, but it really is that simple. A man who is into you, he is going to call you. He is going to make an effort. He is going to climb mountains and walk on seas in order to see you, even if it's a bit difficult right now. Yes, it's hard to meet high quality men. I get it, because men are so spoiled today. It's truly a challenge. But what's worse is settling for less. I mean, I'd rather be single than be with somebody who is really not up to the level that I think I deserve to be treated.
And that's why you're single today.
That I think I deserve.
Yeah. I want this. See, this is your modern woman. This is the, this chick's Eastern European, obviously, so she's not the avatar that Kevin Samuels, would talk to, but this is the modern woman that Samuels would often describe, right? Like, I want this, I want that, I demand this, I demand that, by this sort of thing. And it's like, I've said before, like, these boss girls are just disagreeable, uncomfortable women to be around over a long-term basis. So why would you want to listen to all this screaming and shouting?
Challenge that we don't know where to meet men and where to meet the elites in general. So that I do have a cheat sheet with over 210 places of ideas and suggestions for you where you can actually go to meet men, to meet the elite. And
should we download this cheat sheet and cover it some other time?
Yes.
Yes.
In one breath. in one breath, women are strong and independent, but in the other breath, here's how to find a millionaire guy and here's how to land a good guy.
Yeah.
Which is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Simply making new connections. This is a free gift from me to you. Just simply go to millionaireplaces.com and download this free cheat sheet today. Now, sign number 4, that you are dating a loser. And okay, before I say what it is I'm about to say, I know that some of you ladies are going to have a partner like this. So my disclaimer is that this is just a cliche example. If he does some of these things, doesn't mean that he's a complete loser. Of course not. But I'm just giving this to you as a guidance. And I think you can also see that this is a bit of a metaphor for the type of persona that I'm about to describe. So here we go. Sign number 4. You're dating a loser if he lacks depth, has no other interest than watch football, drink beer, play video games, and watch porn.
Yeah, so she's describing a low-value guy, so I agree.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is generalization, this is stereotyping, etc. It's just a metaphor in this case. This could be translated in all kinds of different shapes, sizes, and forms. In reality, all I'm saying that it's about a man who lacks depth. Because there's a stereotype that women, or oftentimes women, can be airheads, especially blonde women. So they say that a woman can easily be an airhead, a down the bimbo, a blondie, all of those horrible stereotypes. But come on, have you never heard about the fact that a man can equally be so, and the fact that actually in this world there are so many of them? Oh yes, I have met many of them. They even exist in high society, believe it or not. First of all, I think we can all say that it's not very attractive. I don't really know what you're going to have in common with each other. I do believe,
Vic, can you just mute yourself? I think there's some feedback coming through, bro.
though, that since you are here on this channel, you're probably very elegant and cultivated and have a brain going for yourself that you don't really want to be with somebody who is less intelligent than you. Just think about, what are you going to be talking to this man about for the rest of your life? Let's say you become married. I don't know. I think life is too short to waste with the wrong person. Make sure you find somebody you have things in common with. Sign number 5, that you're dating a loser, and that is if he lacks any form of basic gentleman skills. And with gentleman skills, come on, I think this is very universal.
So I'm just going to take a stab at this right now because I've seen this movie before and I know how it ends, but it's probably going to go to shaming. He doesn't pay for whatever. He doesn't commit to. Okay, well, let's just find out what she says with the gentleman skills.
We don't even really have to pay attention to cultures. I think that holding up the door for a woman rather than throwing it in her face is
Okay, I agree with that.
Yep.
basic manners all men kind of know about, right? Or let's say, as an example, you're walking next to the man and it's a little bit chilly. You're wearing a short sleeve top or something like that, and it's a little bit cold, and he doesn't offer to give his jacket to you. Or one of the things that I
Now that's interesting because I've gone out and it's been cold and be like, you should grab a jacket, and then she doesn't. And then she's cold. And it's like, okay, so do I have to be cold now and give her my jacket because she's too stupid to put a jacket on because she didn't listen? I don't know.
see a lot, and this I think you also know, is when the man is so nonchalant, doesn't really care about his woman. He walks in front of her. He doesn't even wait for her, doesn't even look back to see if she's still behind
Yeah, that's a douchebag move for sure.
him. So rude and not gentleman whatsoever. Small things like that really shows if a man is a gentleman. And I recently spoke about sex etiquette. When a man is selfish in bed, that's no gentleman. That's not nice, especially considering how physically we are structured, where again the woman has a more tougher card to play with than the man. Anyway, ladies, that was just a few examples of uncultured.
This is where the black pill MGTOW guys will be like, yeah, but she's destroyed her. She's destroyed herself with all her toys and buzzed herself to death, sort of thing. How's that my fault?
It depends on the chick too. I've noticed with a lot of chicks, the more selfish you are, the more she gets off on it, and then she gets off by the fact that you're getting off. In fact, guys, again, once you have more experience, you'll start to notice these things, that her pleasure is derived from seeing you get pleasure from her. It's a positive feedback loop.
This chick is insufferable though. Like she's an exhausting broad for sure.
Behavior from non-gentlemen. Give me some more examples down below in the comment section. I will be reading them all. Sign number 6. You're dating a loser if he starts manipulating you. Once you understand that, you know what? I need to
Manipulating. Is this going to go to her doing things that he wants her to do? Like, the authority part? Like, she's okay with him paying for everything, but is this going to go to like him wanting to place boundaries on her time? So let's see what she says.
That's what manipulation means.
I need to reclaim some unfairnesses that has been going on. So he starts saying that you're materialistic, you're the B word, you're a gold digger, or who knows, maybe he says, be quiet, woman. Who do you think you are? Sit down or go to the kitchen, go back to your place. I mean, truly, you might...
I don't know. I've told my chick to make a sandwich for me before. What's wrong with that?
He just listed everything I say to my chick every day.
Yeah.
She loves
funny.
it.
It's funny that these are the things she hears, because that tells you the type of girl she is. Again, like I can't remember the last time I told a girl you're a gold digger, because I screen gold diggers out of the equation. They don't even come in the door.
Yeah. Vic, what do you think, man? You've been sitting there quietly. Oh, you're muted. There you go. Dude, you sound like Mickey Mouse. What happened? No, your audio's messed up.
Do you have a helium tank behind you?
Did you inhale? Let him come back in. Maybe there's something wrong with his audio, but that was.
I'm curious to see what number 7 is, but I have a real hunch that I want to release after I see the 7th one. But I want to chime in on something. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
kitchen, go back to your place. I mean, truly, you might think that I'm joking right now, but there are many men like that. I think it is a warning sign. If a man is reacting aggressively, once you start setting fair boundaries. And when I say fair boundaries, because I know that it's hard to understand in the beginning, am I doing the right thing? Am I being too selfish now myself? Is this fair or not? But you really need to trust the situation, and you, of course, can take some advice from your surroundings as well. But if you are setting fair boundaries where you are not being too selfish.
Let me ask you guys a question. She's, she used the B word, calling her a bitch. I think generally speaking, guys don't throw that word around loosely. It's like if you use it, it's probably because she's being a bitch. I don't know.
That'll be the first and last time I use it. Yeah, I don't use any like the S word, W word, like whores, hoes, sleuths. Yeah. I don't use any of those words with my girls.
Yeah.
How's my voice now?
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Before you sounded like
Everyone
Mickey Mouse.
sounded better.
I know that happens when I first connect sometimes, but
I don't know. So, like, your thoughts on this, Anna Bachik?
I don't know. I mean, she's saying some stuff that makes sense, but like when you were saying like the jacket thing, it's like you told her before you head out the door to put on a jacket, and she does it. But it's like if you're out and it suddenly turns cold, then I would offer her my jacket. And some of the stuff she says makes sense, but she's like citing like really extreme examples. I mean, for some of the stuff she's saying, she'd have to be with a real fucking asshole, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But,
or she has to elicit that behavior with her bad attitude actions.
You're out there in the dating market right now, Vic. Is this the kind of woman that you would date?
I don't know. It's not the type of woman I've been dating. To me, this is kind of like she's a seeking chick that is like looking for sugar daddy. That's kind of like the vibe that I get from her.
Yeah,
it's old for you, Vic.
She's a bit too old for you, brother.
Selfish now it's not just about what you want, it's about meeting halfway. That's what boundaries is all about. And the man reacts very harshly, very crazily. I think you need to be a little bit cautious.
So again, like the double standard, like meeting halfway, but her first complaint and her first point was he should pay for everything, right? Like, that's fine. I'll pay for everything. I'll take care of the dates. You go on vacations, but I need authority over the relationship, right? If you want me to have responsibility financially, then I need that authority that goes along with responsibility. But it's like, whenever it's convenient for women like this today, the modern woman, it goes to, well, you pay for everything, but I want 50-50 here. No, it doesn't work that way, right? It's got to be consistent across the board. So I don't think she's giving good advice to women here.
Of what you're dealing with, because potentially this could be a man that you should be stepping away from. There are men who are just narcissistic, selfish, or too defensive, or lack ability to do any form of change within themselves. Now, I don't know if that's where to build a future with. So that could potentially be a situation where you have to choose yourself and choose your own needs first. Because believe me, there are men who are willing to meet you halfway, who are fine with certain boundaries in a relationship, and
I have a feeling she's been choosing herself for about 35 years.
We're not expecting you to be a doormat or to do everything for him or to be all about the way he wants things to be. Be careful, ladies. Sign number 7, and the last sign that you are dating a loser. And that is if you are in a serious committed relationship with somebody who is still partying all night long, every weekend, and cannot be without his clubbing with the boys pretty much every weekend. Now, okay, one thing is if, let's say, you're 19 years old, both of you, or you are also in that type of lifestyle.
Was that the one that you were going to pick, Moff?
No, it's more overarching on the entire thing. So I'll say it once we finish up.
Okay.
I meet a lot of girls like that.
What's that?
I meet a lot of like party girls.
Party girls.
It's much more than guys, like well into their 30s and 40s and sometimes 50s. Like girls, especially where I live, because it's a party whatever culture. But the girls all the time, why aren't you going out tonight? Like, it's Tuesday. Like, I'm not going to get drunk on a Tuesday. Like, what are you doing?
She's almost given away there what happened to her with the Chad who either dumped her at an engagement. She had a high value guy who was still going out and had options, and it really ticked her off.
I would co-sign that 100%. 50. I think that's probably what went on here.
I don't know, in their 30s and up, maybe even late 20s as well. I don't know. It's hard to put labels, but I think you all can understand where I'm maneuvering here. The whole point is, if he's in a serious committed relationship, why does he still need to be partying every weekend, every Friday, every Saturday, all night long, and especially without you? Okay, if you do that together as a couple because you love to have fun, you love to drink, you love to dance, whatever. But if he has such a strong need to be Mr. Party Boy, and I don't really know what you're doing with him, it's just a bit strange that if somebody is in a relationship and still needs to be doing all that.
She strikes me as the kind of woman that's like burnt, angry, counts her eggs drying up every single month on a calendar, and is frustrated that a guy hasn't committed to her and projecting this out. It's like, this is like, again, this is Kevin Samuel's avatar of a modern woman, except for she's white and Eastern European.
Well, she sounds to me like a woman who's dated the bad boys. She was attracted to the bad boys. She dates the bad boys, and now she's bitching about fucking bad boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's
again,
no
people
reason she shouldn't. There's no reason she should have an issue having locked a guy down in her past. There's a reason that she didn't, and it's likely because of her. But Rich, you say it all the time. Women never take a mirror and look back at themselves like, okay, why did I not get married in my early 20s? Well, because she didn't want to. She was with her girlfriends. She was probably a party girl. She was probably going after the bad boys, the alphas, the chads, and now she's paying the piper. She's paying the consequences of not having secured a guy before her 30s.
All right, let's finish this up here.
Of course, different situations are different. So everything that I've said in this video, of course, it might not be 100% applicable in your situation, even though some of these signs resembles your partner. But think about, are you really being treated the way you deserve to be treated? Are you setting fair boundaries? Are both of you meeting each other halfway? Because that's what it really is all about. It's not just what he wants, it's also what you want. Don't forget that, my dear elegant ladies. In the next video, how to make him beg for your attention, you're going to find out exactly how to be the one that the man runs.
How to make him beg for your attention. I bet it's got something to do with ghosting him and ignoring him and putting some distance between you and him. Let's just see what the comments say here. What's our top comment anyway? Another type of loser is one that insults you or is inconsiderate. She covered that. Oh, these are all chicks watching her channel. Sarah says, my mom always said, what you see is what you get. You want a partner you can grow and evolve with, not a project that you have to put all your energy into. Yeah.
There's one from a dude right there.
Yeah.
Nick, as a man, the biggest problem I see with women is poor character judgment. In men, as a man, I can see bad traits in other men immediately: cowardice, insecurity, narcissism, manipulative. Young men. Now, this guy's like one of these dudes that's simping for. Like, why is he watching a channel that's built for women, trying to get them set up with high value guys, right? Anyway, I find that hilarious. So, Moff, like, what did you think the situations with
I think that it just goes to show that the vast majority of men are invisible to women. It's so funny that she's talking about, men being losers, but everything in this video is her attempt, with the exception of the porn and the drinking and the football lazy boy thing. This is her attempt at building a better beta. So she's only talking about the things that she wants an alpha Chad rich guy who's in great shape, who gets her wet, to do. But she doesn't understand that these are not the traits. So your everyday Joe that's watching this video is thinking, all I got to do is pay for stuff. All I got to do is listen to her, not go out and have any fun. I've got to not manipulate her. And I've got to do all these beta male little traits, with the exception of the porn thing, like I said. They got to do all these. And now I'm going to be able to get all these beautiful women. And this is exactly the kind of bullshit and lies and poison that young men are being exposed to today. And this is exactly how we develop this blue pill thinking. And this is exactly how we wind up with people like Personer, who just think, okay, cool. Like, I'm just going to do these 7 things and I'm going to get the girl of my dreams. But there was nothing in here about how do you know if you're dating a loser? He's a fat fuck. He can't bench press his body weight. He doesn't have any sort of muscle mass whatsoever. Like, he doesn't do any sort of combat sports. It doesn't take care of himself, doesn't dress well, nothing like that. Like the things that actually attract women at a surface level or off rip, all about how can the guy I'm already attracted to and want to be with provide me with beta comfort and not alpha attractiveness.
Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.